Welcome back, everyone. In the last video, we left off on this white label error page. Let's fix that. Once a user requests the root route of our application, or in this case, localhost 8080, we want to display a simple string that says hello world. Let's go back to STS, unfold our project, hello world, and then we're going to open source/main/Java. Now, this is a directory where all of our logic will go, also called a package. As you can see, Spring Boot has created this hello world application file automatically. This file contains the main entry point that will run the application with the main method that starts any Java application. Right now, our application is taking requests from the browser, but we have not yet designated what will happen when a request is sent from any particular URL. For this, we'll need a few things. First, we'll need a class to handle requests, called a controller. Secondly, we'll need to designate URL paths. And third, we'll need methods, also called handler methods, to be mapped to those URLs that will be run whenever a request is sent from that URL. First, I'm going to add an annotation called @REST_controller. Now, this is a decorator that will designate this class as what's called a REST controller, so it will handle HTTP requests. Next, I'll add another annotation, request mapping. So I'm just going to put this inside the class, and this will go above any method that you want to handle some URL. Now, in the parentheses here, we're going to put whatever URL endpoint we need. So in this case, if we want the user just to go to localhost 8080 and do something other than an error page, we are going to map a function that will return whatever it is we want to show. So as always, we need to give it public, and then it's going to return a string. And we can call it whatever we want. In this case, I'm just going to call it index, as is convention. And then we want to return some kind of string. So I will return here, hello world. Because this is a REST controller, it will just deliver the string as is as a response to the browser. And the browser will try to render it as is. If it's got HTML code in it, it will render that. If it's just a string, it will render that. So as you can see, we do need to import this @REST_controller annotation and this @request mapping annotation. So using our handy dandy source and organize imports, we've now imported them. And you can see if we open this, those new imports are here listed above. So now all there is left is to run our server and see if we see the hello world message in our browser. So I'll just go to the browser, refresh to send the request again. Hello world. Great. In the next modules, you'll learn how to map multiple URLs to separate handler methods to return differing responses other than hello world.